What if I told you that a single decision, a single purchase, could completely shatter the foundations of your life? That's the reality I've been living ever since that fateful Black Friday, when I decided to venture out into the chaos of the sales and bring home what I thought was a harmless music box. The day started off normal enough. I woke up early, fueled by the prospect of snagging some great deals. As I sipped my coffee and scrolled through the ads, one item in particular caught my eye: a beautiful antique music box, on sale for a mere $50. It was a steal, especially for such an ornate and intricate piece. I could already imagine how elegant it would look on my shelf, filling my home with its soothing melodies. The decision was made. I had to have it. The drive to the store was chaotic, with cars jammed at every intersection and frenzied shoppers darting between vehicles. But I was undeterred, laser-focused on my mission to procure that music box. When I finally made it to the store and maneuvered my way through the jam-packed aisles, I felt a surge of triumph as I located the last one on the shelf. As I approached the checkout line, clutching my prize, I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. There was an odd energy in the air, a palpable tension that I couldn't quite place. The other customers seemed agitated, their eyes darting around nervously. But I brushed it off, dismissing it as the natural byproduct of the Black Friday madness. Little did I know, that music box was about to turn my world upside down. The drive home was uneventful, and I practically bounded through my front door, eager to unbox my new acquisition. I carefully unwrapped the delicate item, marveling at the intricate carvings and the gleaming brass finish. With trembling fingers, I wound the key and listened as the music box burst to life, filling the room with hauntingly beautiful melody. At first, everything seemed normal. I sat back and allowed the soothing tunes to wash over me, feeling a sense of tranquility wash away the stress of the day. But as the song came to an end, something peculiar happened. The music box, instead of winding down, started up again on its own, the melody repeating in an endless loop. I frowned, leaning in to inspect the mechanism, but everything appeared to be functioning properly. Perplexed, I wound the key again, only to have the music resume without my intervention. The eerie, disembodied notes seemed to hang in the air, echoing through the room like ghostly whispers. Unnerved, I decided to set the music box aside and retreat to the kitchen to prepare dinner. But as I moved about the house, the melody followed me, seeming to emanate from every corner. No matter where I went, those haunting notes refused to be silenced. That night, as I tossed and turned in bed, the music box's song thrummed in my ears, robbing me of sleep. I tried everything, covering it with a heavy cloth, unplugging it, even hiding it in the closet, but the melody persisted, seeping through the walls like a malevolent specter. I awoke the next morning, my eyes heavy with exhaustion. As I shuffled into the living room, I froze in my tracks. The music box was no longer sitting on the shelf where I had left it. Instead, it hovered in midair, its keys turning of their own accord as the song played on. Panic seized me, and I frantically searched the house, desperate to find the source of this inexplicable phenomenon. But no matter where I looked, the music box remained elusive, its ghostly melody taunting me from unseen corners. Days turned into weeks, and my life descended into a living nightmare. My friends and family grew increasingly concerned, urging me to seek professional help. But how could I explain what was happening when I could barely believe it myself? They would think I was losing my mind. As the weeks wore on, the music box's presence began to take a physical toll, and then the hallucinations began. At first, they were fleeting, glimpses of shadow figures lurking in the periphery of my vision, but they quickly escalated, morphing into vivid, tangible apparitions. I would see the music box floating through the air, its keys turning on their own as the song played. Sometimes I would catch a glimpse of a pale skeletal figure hovering in the corner of the room, its hollow eyes fixed on me. One night, as I sat huddled in the corner, the music box suddenly appeared before me, its keys turning of their own accord, and then, to my horror, I watched a skeletal hand emerged from the music box, reaching out towards me. I tried to scream, to run, but I was frozen in place, paralyzed by fear. The hand grasped my arm, its icy touch sending shivers down my spine. And then, in a moment of pure terror, I realized that the hand was not attached to a skeletal figure, but to my own arm. I don't know how long I sat there, staring at my own disintegrating body. At the music box's haunting melody played on, time seemed to lose all meaning, blaring into an endless, nightmarish loop. Eventually, the music stopped, and the music box fell to the ground with a dull thud. I waited, my heart pounding, for the hallucination to fade, but it didn't. I knew then that I had to escape, to find help. Summoning every ounce of strength, I staggered to my feet and stumbled out the door. Then I got into my car and went to my grandmother's house, and I sold my home in order to get rid of that cursed music box. This was no ordinary music box. It was a conduit for some dark, primordial force, a vessel for a malevolent entity that sought to consume the very essence of its victims. And the worst part, I was just the latest in a long line of unfortunate souls to fall under its spell. The music box had chosen me, and it would stop at nothing to claim me as its own.